Welcome to my first sketchbook tour and my first upload onto Patreon that's exclusive for Patreon. So, I always liked watching sketchbook tours of other people, and I thought this would be a nice first post. So, here's my sketchbook. It is a Pentalic nature sketch. It's 9 by 6 inches, it's multimedia. It was about $15, I think, if I can remember correctly. I stuck some stickers on there, push-pull. I made that one. That's from one of my friend's bands I made a sticker for. There's just some money stuff. I'm clearly very organized. Here's the first page. I put a sticker on there. Enough said. Just trying to do some colored pencil experimental stuff. Some girl on the moon or something. Summer green. This was in November that I did this, so I don't remember what I was really thinking when I made this, because it's now January, but that's cool. So here's a pomegranate. I drew this. I was like, oh, the seeds in the pomegranate could be like crystals, and I thought that was a cool idea. I think in the future, if I made this a real piece, I would probably put like someone eating it, the pomegranate, in there too, just to make it more interesting than just a pomegranate sitting there. So that's that. Here's a show poster my coworker gave me. I was trying to make it like more of a scrapbook, but I always forget, and then it's just like one thing that's just taped in there. Here is some sketches. I'm trying to do more preliminary sketches for pieces. That was preliminary for this, which is a gouache piece that I did, that I was hoping to do a more final draft of eventually, and maybe I still will, but I just thought it'd be cool to do some hummingbirds drinking the tears of a mushroom that's growing off of a cool alien person. So that's the story there. I kind of like that page. Yeah, so that's that. Here's my boyfriend drinking probably milk, because he likes doing that. Macy's Day Parade. This was Thanksgiving. Did my family. Drew some my family's dogs. Just some dogs that I found. Here's my boyfriend again. I drew him while we were watching Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat, and I totally missed the entire episode because I was drawing him, so I should probably rewatch that. Here is... So when I was like 10 or so, me and my sister and our friend Sarah got Happy Meals from McDonald's, and there was Milo from Atlantis, that movie from whatever, 2001. A little toy in that, and then we stuck him in a park that we were at, and he's still there, and it's been about 15 years, so every now and then we like to go and check on him. I don't know if that's weird, but it's always nice to just know there's always Milo just hanging out in the trees somewhere in Lower Washington State. This is that game where you draw one face or facial feature and the other person draws the other, and then you have a whole body of some weird childlike thingy. That's kind of fun. Here's during Christmas. My friend Ryan and my sister are really good at making snowflakes out of just paper, and I'm really bad at it, and I hate doing it because they're really good and I feel left out, so I just draw them doing that. Here's some random doodles. I used Copic markers, which I really like using. They bleed through a lot and they run out of ink pretty fast, and they're just expensive, and I don't know. I really wish I liked markers more. You have to get certain paper too, so that was on me. No, I don't mean to slam Copic marker lovers. There's some colored pencil that I was stupid and decided to use marker on the other side, so it bled through. There's the marker. I was sick during Christmas and the holidays, so I drew myself being sick. Here's a Santa that I was trying to draw, making him look all cool with like sunglasses and a unicorn, reindeer. I was gonna use it for like a promo for my Etsy, which had a sale during Christmas, or during the holidays, but it didn't really come to anything. I was sick, so I gave myself kind of a pass for creativity during that time. There's more drawings of myself being sick, because that was all I was thinking. And there's Santa, more Santa, too many Santas. None of them really made it. Here is, have you seen those, like clay pins? They're like Sculpey based, and people are doing real cool stuff with them, and I really wanted to be in on that. So I was like trying to plan what to put on a pin or make a pin out of. So my fallback is like people eating food and popcorn and computers and bubble tea and just cute little one-off designs. But yeah, I still haven't done that. I'd like to. I just need to kind of buckle down. Here's some drawings I did of my boyfriend while he made chili, his second love after milk. Maybe I'm third, I don't know. Here's the kitchen after he made the chili. He also, side note, he doesn't look like that. He's creepy. It's blasphemous. Here's the beginning of a whole saga where I try to figure out how to, oops, sorry about this camera. Oh my gosh. I am literally taping it. I am filming this by duct taping my phone to a lamp. So pardon the shaky cam. Anyway, so this is the beginning of me trying to figure out how to draw a cryptid. I did a piece for Mortimer Magazine, who are making a book that's coming out soon about, it's supposed to be a field journal for cryptozoology, so like Bigfoot and Loch Ness and just unbelievable creatures or whatever. So that's coming out soon. Hit me up if you want a book. I will be selling them. Anyway, plug over. There's a hippo gal, hairless cat. This is all gouache, by the way. I just love that gouache can be really opaque, or you can see where it gets more translucent, kind of watercolory the more water you add. So it's really versatile, and I like using it a lot. This is probably my least favorite couple pages. It's just me being frustrated and using really obnoxious colors and not finding any resolution there. Here's more sketches. My friend Max was like really pushing the cowboy Bigfoot idea and like a jackalope. So that's me humoring him. Here's some notes from a meeting. This is funny. I've had like recurring dreams about hummingbird goldfish kind of things that are like humming around being goldfishy. I really like hummingbirds. They're one of my favorite animals. And yeah, so that's that. I was trying to figure out how to put hummingbirds into this cryptid idea, but it didn't really work out. Here's kind of where I hit my stride with that. I did a goldfish with mushrooms and eyes. And I was like, oh, what if, those goldfish that have like the bubbles on the side of their faces? I thought it would be cool if there's like little fish inside of those, very like meta. But I didn't end up doing that. I did end up doing this see-through mushroom thing where there's fish inside of a mushroom. And yeah, so to see that, I'll probably post that once the book is out. I'll post it on Instagram or something, the final piece I made for Mortimer. So I'm pretty happy with how it came out. You can see I did a lot of studies of that because it's really hard to paint water inside of a clear thing. So yeah, here's some portrait studies in colored pencil. Here's where my mom bought me this. Okay, this is my pencil sharpener. My mom bought this for me on Christmas, and it is amazing. It is battery powered. There's a plug if you want to use the plug. It's incredible. I really recommend getting a pencil sharpener, like an electric one, if you use pencil or colored pencil a lot, because it just made my life a million times easier, and it makes me way more willing to draw using colored pencil because you're not sharpening it with your hand. Because that's just so dang hard for some reason. Yeah, I just kind of copied a bunch of photos from Pinterest. I really like to use Pinterest as a source for photos and reference photos, finding them, because Google image search can be really chaotic and not just high quality. And Pinterest, you can just click a button and save it to a categorized board, and I just really recommend it. So use Pinterest. It's not just for recipes, but it's also for that, which, you know, is cool too. So here is a microwave burrito that I was eating for lunch with a vitamin water, which I was like obsessed with for a couple weeks. I don't know why. I mean, I do. They're pretty good, but like, come on. Here's a couple playing Twister. Couple gals. Some birds. I'm getting more into drawing birds. I've always enjoyed birds, but this year I've decided to do a very casual big year where basically I try to find as many birds as I can in Washington State and around the country if I venture out. But yeah, so it's been going pretty well. I think I've found like 40 birds so far out of, God, like 500 or something. But, you know, baby steps. It's only late January. Here's another page. I did more mushrooms. I did more gals. I did my pencil sharpener. My love. There we go. Some birds. Yeah. These are probably two of my favorite pages, actually. I used a limited palette, so I basically restricted my color choices, and I think it really made it pop. Makes it look a bunch of random things, which is basically what I did here. But this looks way more cohesive, both of these pages, because I only used a few colors that went really well together. So I'm really happy with how those came out. Some more random stuff. Cats are hard to draw. I do pet portraits sometimes, and I'm getting better, but cats and dogs are like two things that I don't get it. How are their noses like that? How? They're so cute, but I can't draw them. Anyway, here's some sketches for a piece I did with this redheaded woman and some herons, and it came out really well. It's in a sandwich shop right now, actually, in Seattle. It's also on my Etsy, but I'm pretty happy with how the final piece came out on that one. Here's some drawings for when I was feeling really unmotivated, and I was just like, well, I should probably draw, but I don't know what. So I drew Rose, and I hated it, so I did an eye on it, the top, just covering it, and then I was like, well, maybe I'll draw 10,000 eyes, like a kid in a textbook. I don't know. Am I the only one that just drew a ton of eyes when I was younger? I just thought it was like the coolest thing. It was so cool. Here we did we're doing an astrology show at the place I work. So I had done a Cancer the Crab drawing for Inktober a while back, but I wanted to do a new thing, so I did Gemini because I really like portraits. So that one came out. That's on my Instagram too. The final product, obviously. Here's some more drawings in colored pencil. This one kind of looks like an action movie because there's like 3 faces angled in different directions and like a cityscape background. That gamey, or that like gummy mouth just doesn't really belong, but that's okay. I kind of like it. Here's some deer, some animals, my childhood dog, mushrooms, a deer. I really like doing gradients in the background. They're a really nice way of adding interest without being super distracting. It's a little tip from me to you. Here I tried to make my family do self-portraits. So that's my mom, that's me, my sister, and my mom's boyfriend. I don't know what he's supposed to be doing. Eating bacon? I don't know. But I can't judge him. Look at what I did. Look at this. I don't know what that is. Then I drew an alligator eating Cheez-Its in a tutu, which I'm pretty happy with. I think I was waiting for my sister to get ready to go somewhere. And that I liked. Here's some boys. I just drew these from reference photos from Pinterest. I was trying to get skin colors down with colored pencil. Just shading and trying to make them look like real life. Did some flowers on the top to add a nice feminine touch, which I always enjoy. I'm pretty happy with how these came out. These are just Prismacolor colored pencils, I believe. And after that, here's some very half-hearted figure studies. Really didn't commit to that. Here's some women. I tried to draw people of all body types. After going to art school and just having like pretty much exclusively just young, thin, conventionally attractive women as art models, which, you know, that's great and that's what a lot of art is, and that's fine. I think it's a shame how little references there are for larger women and just anything else but that out there. It's really hard to find just like a reference photo for that, and I should really try to seek it out more, and I'm trying to, but that would be cool if there's more resources for that. Here's a drawing I did for a bigger piece that I haven't yet done, but I probably will. Just a girl portrait with a bunch of goldfish or fish running around in her face. Not in her face, but just around. And then here we are. This is the last page. I was listening to like country music or like some twangy guitar stuff, so I just really got in the mood and just went for it and drew a bunch of farm creatures, and I drew a barn, which I never really draw architectural things because I have to actually not be lazy and pay attention to perspective and straight lines and such, but I really like how that came out actually. I was trying to do some studies for this commission I have going for painting a golfer. So I actually it's supposed to be Arnold Palmer. His face, I mean, I don't know if it looks like him, but it looks like a face, you know? I'm pretty happy with this tiny portrait. Some gouache. I'm trying to do more preliminary studies because everything always comes out better when you do that. And sometimes I'm just like cranking it out and I don't want to spend the time, but I should. I'm trying to get better about that. So yeah, that's the end. I never use this page for some reason. I think I just get like antsy to start a new one. One final note on the sketchbook is that these spiral things don't really stay, but whatever. At least that really only happened when I was towards the end of it. So for the most part, this is a really good sketchbook, and I'd recommend it to anyone on a budget. So yeah, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for looking at my art and supporting me on Patreon. See you next time.